Frieren was such a peaceful anime to watch, and I recently got done with finishing it not even like 30 minutes ago. I would like to say that this anime is very extraordinary. It takes a different route from most anime that our fantasies would. That being the story taking place throughout time and you're walking alongside an elf that essentially has lived for over 1,000 years. Taking that just in mind, you don't really feel the weight of it. And this anime really defines what it means to be living for a very long time. And for us humans, we just can't comprehend that. So we take this story of an elf named Frieren that's a mage. She outlives many people that she comes across throughout this story. The first episode would probably be one of my all-time favorites out of this story, just to the fact that it really defines what you're getting yourself into with this anime. The fact that this character lives for freaking centuries on end. She even says to one of her fellow elves that she comes across in the story, "See you in another century," essentially. And that really is profound. It's only until in the later episodes you find out that she had seen that elf before. And there's so many things that I really love about this series. Keep in mind that I have not posted in a while. I decided to give up social media, that being Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be, and even watching videos on YouTube, which is kind of ironic because I'm posting a YouTube video right now. I just binge anime and I'm gonna be watching anime each week, doing reviews on anime every week. But Frieren really made me think about how much time really means. This anime really defines how much time is a gift and a giver of memories, of different things that we take for granted. We don't really understand how profound one little moment is in time. This anime really defined how much that we should not really be so caught up in what's gonna make the most success, because when you focus on what makes someone successful, you're bound to fail. And I think that this anime encapsulates it very well, especially with Frieren taking on Fern as her apprentice, because the corrupt mage, Frieren calls him, essentially tells her, "Hey, I have this person that I want you to take as an apprentice. She has such a unique work ethic that I don't think you could find anywhere else, so I need you to take her on your quest." And it was one of his final requests. Fern proves to Frieren that she is capable of being so much more than she ever could have thought. And I find this to be very unique in a sense, because Frieren just doesn't make a decision on the whim. She really genuinely thinks about every decision she makes. That decision has a lot of weight to it. And I would like to say that Frieren is such a powerful mage. Some of the fighting scenes in the series are just profound. It's just so freaking cool. And it's very subtle on how the animation works in this anime. It's very unique. And they don't really put a lot of effort into the action points in this anime. I'm hoping that in season 2 that they dive more into the action of the animation, but I honestly didn't mind that there was like slow points where they would just be constantly traveling, because I love a good traveling anime, and especially that put together with fantasy and not even putting out the fantasy aspect into it that much. When Frieren wants these books so she can study new spells and stuff like that, she had gotten that from her old master, but she's such a good character too, and she was human. Frieren essentially outlived her, and especially when she was in the party of heroes, I think that really idealized what kind of person Frieren would be, especially later down her life. And I know for a fact that Frieren is not even done with her life. She's literally lived so long that when she was first found, when her village had gotten destroyed, essentially by the Demon King's army, Frieren had no place to go, but her master took her in. At that point, she was a kid. She didn't really know how to go about the world, and she wasn't able to fend for herself. In the long run, Frieren may die? I hope not, because honestly she's such a lovable character, and I would understand if this anime gets Anime of the Year. It so rightly deserves it. It has good storytelling, it has good environments, It has such lovable characters, even if they're very subtle and don't portray so much emotion. This anime is just so memorable for the fact of its portrayal on life, its portrayal on love, that love has no boundaries beyond time. It just encapsulates that into one good animation, and that's something to love. People may get offended by this. I would care less, but this is my honest opinion. But I feel like the last couple of episodes of season 1, where they're doing the exam for the first class mage, I feel like that could have been shortened just a bit. I know they were trying to put a lot of action into the anime, show that, yeah, here's action, there you go. Because there's some characters that are humans that explain why they're getting into becoming a first class mage and what that really means to them. They're trying to differentiate between the life that Frieren has and the life of a human, and how they got old and they're actually becoming a first class mage barely. I understand that, but I feel like it could have been shortened because realistically, we're falling for Frieren. This is her anime, and I know that's kind of like saying, oh, what about the other characters? Well, they matter too. But in the long run, this anime has shown that Frieren lives long, of course. And I know that we will see Fern pass away from old age. Either old age or dying somehow. I hope not. Frieren's life is just in the midway point. She's not even reached her peak yet. But one of my most favorite moments is definitely having to still be the first episode where we get introduced to the party of heroes. We see how they succeed in defeating the Demon King's army and the Demon King themselves, and we never get to see the action portion of it. We get to see the great achievement of these heroes having statues being built in their honor for generations to remember them by. And we also get to see how once they pass away, they are still remembered, but it really paints a picture on how even though you may die, you die twice. Once when your physical body just dies, and the second when someone forgets about you. It's a very dark truth that many people don't take for account, is the fact that if you don't make the most out of a single moment in your life, you may live to regret it. People will forget about you really quick. And I know some people would care less if people forget about them, but it really goes to show how powerful life could be. The great people like Julius Caesar or Alexander the Great or George Washington or the Muhammad Ali or Michael Jackson, or evil people in this world that have made such a bad influence on the world. Those that are conquerors, those that are dictators, those that have put such horror into the world are remembered as well, which I wish that Frieren, this anime, could really get into, especially because I know for a fact that there were some lingering demons that Frieren and Fern took out, which really encapsulates how there are evil people in the world that still are remembered to this day that should be long forgotten, but due to how much humanity is very sinful, they're still remembered somehow to this day. It's a great balance in this world between good and evil that this anime portrays really well. I'm really looking forward to the second season. I was wanting to watch it for a very long time, but due to how lengthy it was, I had to put in like a full week to just watch it. I know some people may be able to watch the full 10 hours just non-stop, but I mean, I wish I had that time. But I definitely enjoyed this anime. I rated it a 10 out of 10. It's such a good and memorable anime that will go down in history as one of the best animes to the modern age of anime. That being said, I will try to post more, really start posting more videos on anime reviews. I'm definitely going to start watching more anime, so it's going to be very exciting to see what people definitely think about the animes that I watch. I've been watching a lot of older anime, so diving into Frieren was such a good place to start and get back into anime. I have been Noble Oath. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below your guys' thoughts and opinions. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.